Hello and welcome back to another piercing video. In this week's video, I'm going to be giving you some tips on getting a new piercing. What to do, what not to do, and when you should and should not get a new piercing. My first tip comes from personal experience, and that is getting a piercing redone after that same piercing has been rejected. I have had my eyebrows pierced about 8 times, and every single time they got rejected. And instead of doing the sensible thing and taking it out and never getting it done again, I continued to get my eyebrows pierced. And now I have huge scars on my eyebrows and a lot of hair loss. So please don't put yourself through that. If you get your eyebrow pierced and it gets rejected or it starts to migrate out really quickly, please take it out, let it heal, and don't get it done again, because the chances of it getting rejected the second time is extremely high. And if it starts to migrate really quickly, it can take out a lot of the hair from that area. And if you end up deciding to get the piercing redone, you have to wait between 6 to 8 weeks for a piercing to fully heal. But this all depends on you and how fast you heal. And there are some piercings, such as a cartilage piercing, that can take between 4 months to a year to fully heal. So this all depends on the piercing and the person. But if you get it done the second time and it rejects, please don't continue to get it done, because it will more than likely reject every single time, which is my experience with any surface piercing I've ever had. They all ended up rejecting. Such as my vertical tragus, I really wanted to get it done, even though I was 99% sure it was going to reject. And yes, it rejected, so I took it out. But I more wanted the experience of having that piercing, even though I knew it was going to reject. So to give your piercing the best chance of healing and not rejecting the second time, you're best to wait as long as possible for it to completely heal before you get it redone. When getting a new piercing, you need to do your research and find a professional body piercer that does not use piercing guns. A professional body piercer does not use guns, and any that say it's safe are lying. Piercing guns are in no way safe. They can transmit disease from one person to another, they can shatter the cartilage, and it raises the risk of infection and rejection. And this is another time when I speak from experience. I have a few cartilage piercings that I still have trouble with now, even though I got them pierced around 10 years ago. I still have issues, and that's because they were done with a gun. And now we get into the best time to get a new piercing. Please never get a piercing if you have the cold, or you have the flu, or a virus, or you're just not feeling 100%. Your immune system is trying to get rid of whatever problems you're having, and you don't want to add to that by getting a piercing where your body is trying to heal that as well as heal whatever else is wrong with you. Getting a piercing while you're sick can raise the risk of infection and rejection. When you've decided on what piercing that you want to get, please don't get any more than one piercing at a time. Whenever I get a new piercing, I'll get 2 done at the same time, but I won't get them done side by side or too close together. So I might get a cartilage piercing on each ear, or I might get an ear piercing and a lip piercing, or a nose piercing and an ear piercing. So never get multiple piercings on the same ear or multiple piercings in the same area. It's going to make the healing process so much harder, and it's going to raise the risk of infection and rejection. I've seen so many horrible piercing videos on YouTube of people doing it themselves and doing multiple piercings in the same spot, or even professional piercers doing multiple ear piercings at the same time. Somebody who does that, they deserve to lose their piercing license, because that is not okay. So if you go to a body piercer that's willing to do that, please turn around and walk back out the door. You do not want to associate with that person, because they are not professional if they think it's okay to do 3, 4, 5, 6 piercings at the same time on the same ear. Extremely bad idea, unless you want your ear to fall off. If you have your own tips that you would like to share, please write it in the comments. And if you have any questions, please ask, and if I can help, I'm more than happy to. And if you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you next week.